Hello, and welcome to episode 5 of the J&J podcast. It is Friday, another Friday of us filming, which isn't normal, but we've had a busy schedule and a lot of fun games to watch. And tonight we got the Grizzlies versus Lakers game 6, and we also have the Warriors versus Kings game 6, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great night of basketball, and it's been crazy since the last time we met. Our predictions are out the window at the moment, but that's totally okay because I'm loving it.
Yeah, tonight's gonna be a lot of fun. Obviously, Game 6 for both teams, or all teams. The only two series that haven't advanced. What do you think could happen tonight?
I'm thinking that the Warriors at home are probably going to finish off the Kings. I wasn't hoping for it. I thought it was going to be a 7-game series. I was betting on the Kings at first. I thought they had it, but De'Aaron Fox getting hurt, all that's going on after the last 3 losses for the Kings, I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox with like a wrist injury or whatever in game
fingertip
4 or something.
Very tip of his finger.
But yeah, the Warriors have all the momentum right now. They've won 3 straight, 2 at home, 1 on the road, which is surprising. And them coming back to Oakland, there's just no way they don't win. I think they take this. Sorry, Kings fans, it's the end of the road. But yeah.
Yeah, I think Curry's 31 per game, Clay's 21 a game, and Wiggs 19 a game is just too much for the Kings right now. It's been offense versus offense, no defense, and at home, Warriors got the one road win they needed. I think it's over. So, but let's move on to the Grizzlies versus Lakers. What are you thinking there?
Obviously another good game. The Lakers are on fire right now. The Grizzlies came off of a win. They are in Los Angeles tonight, which could be the deciding factor because we know Los Angeles is a very hard place to play at. The Lakers could definitely win this one tonight. If AD, LeBron, the supporting cast, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, play really well with those two, I think they take this game easily, and it's just, we'll see.
All right. I'm thinking I actually have the Grizzlies coming back. It's a crazy series and a crazy thought even more that the Grizzlies are going to win 3 straight games in this series, but I think they can do it. I know this Lakers team, I know that they're not a consistent team. They've won some games and then they've lost some games, and I think Desmond Bane has been playing great. Ja Morant's been playing great. I think they can get over the slump here. They're gonna win. It's gonna be a tough game, maybe an overtime kind of game, like that close. But if they can pull this game out tonight, they're 100% winning. The next one. So.
I could definitely see a game 7, and going back to Memphis, and they're the best home team in the league right now. I think even overall too. It's gonna be tough for LA if they don't win tonight. So they gotta end them right now.
Yeah, it's similar situation for me to the Celtics-Hawks series last night. Like, they have to win. The Celtics did not want a Game 7. They had to win that game last night, and the Lakers got to win this game tonight. So it's going to be a battle. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, talking about the East, we have the second round matchups already. Let's just talk about the Boston Celtics and the Atlanta Hawks, how that series went.
Yeah, that was a lot better of a series than I thought it was going to be. For a minute last night, I thought the Hawks were going to pull that game out, force a Game 7, because Trae Young was playing great in the first half, didn't have a strong second half, but they were doing a great job. They were limiting the Celtics' weapons. It was just a chaotic game overall, but in the end, Celtics went on a run, got the win.
Yeah, the trade rumors of Trae Young just need to stop. I mean, obviously he's playing good when he needs to. He stepped up the past 3 games. He might have, not had the best, first couple games, but he dropped 30 plus two times in a row. That's all you can ask for in your star. Obviously, also putting up great assist numbers. He's a good playmaker. You need to have someone like him on your team. DeJounte Murray's playing good. Obviously, I know Hawks fans love DeJounte. But yeah, Boston's just a powerhouse right now.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really good second round.
Oh yeah, Celtics versus Sixers. I can't wait. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But that Hawks Celtics series, it surpassed our expectations. We thought the Hawks were done and like they were maybe getting one game, but they pushed it to 6. It was fun to watch. But yeah, I mean, I think that's about all. It was just powerhouse outpowering the.
We'll talk about
the
another
plan.
powerhouse right now, and that's the 76ers. Right now, they are looking like my favorite in the East, just because the Heat bounced the Bucks. The Knicks are in the playoffs still. I really like the 76ers odds right now. What do you think about that series? Obviously, it was a sweep. Mikal Bridges couldn't do everything for them, but yeah.
Yeah, I think we called it in our last 2 episodes. I think that it was going to be a sweep. Mikal and the Nets were just not enough. We were getting some scrutiny in our comments about us saying that they were going to get swept. A lot of people thought the Nets were going to win, but there was nothing they could do. They had their chance to win. Joel didn't play, and they still couldn't win, so it didn't matter much. Joel didn't even have a crazy series either. I mean, he was only averaging 20 a game. So
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Joel's ranks in the MVP race have fallen just because of that series. If he really wants that MVP, he needs to play crazy next round, which I think he will, just because they're playing the Celtics, and you need to have everybody on board to beat that team. Mm-hmm. The Celtics are a really good team all around, and it's a hard team to beat. So
speaking of the Celtics, I forgot. The 6th Man of the Year, Malcolm Brogdon.
Yep.
Congrats to him, as well as Coach of the Year to the Kings coach, Mike Brown. Yep. A lot of fun to see. But anyways, sorry. The Nets series, not a great series. Wasn't a lot of fun to watch. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you, the series that I thought was going to be a lot of fun to watch that wasn't was the Knicks versus Cavs. That was a shocker.
Yeah, I mean, that was just sad by the Cavs. I thought that would at least be a Game 6, Game 7 type of series, but the fact that they lost
in 5
straight, or 5 in 5, but lost.
They lost
3 straight.
3 straight, yeah.
1 at home, 2 at Madison Square Garden. Obviously, I'm pretty sure I called it about the Cavs gonna be absolutely shocked at how hard it is to play in Madison Square Garden. I've been there. I know how cool it looks. You're taking it all in, and then you hear, terrible chants, the crazy NY fans. Obviously, you could see it. The Cavs only scored like 79 points the first game in Madison Square Garden. They were not looking like themselves. Darius Garden played really well in the second game at Cleveland, but it just did not translate to Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I think in Madison was when it all started going downhill. Jalen Brunson, great series, as well as RJ Barrett, 17 a game for RJ. So he was looking good. That was one of the guys that we pointed out we wanted to see more from in the series. And after that 1-1 start, it was all Knicks. It was nothing. I mean, Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, neither were playing well, and we said both needed to play well. So it was tough to watch.
Yeah, the Knicks looked pretty good, but another shocker was the 8 seed Heat beating the 1 seed Bucks in 5. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Did they take game 1, or did they?
Yeah, it was Heat, Bucks, Heat.
Yeah, they won 3 straight after the Bucks win in Miami. It's obviously Jimmy Butler turned into prime Jordan in the playoffs. Obviously, he's really good in the playoffs, but this Jimmy Butler this year is looking insane. I think if they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and somehow win, that's the easiest Eastern Conference MVP of the whole entire history. Obviously, it's not been a thing for that long, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Butler averaging 37 a game right now is just unreal. Partially because he dropped 58,
56, I think,
56, but yeah, I mean, in one game against the Bucks, they didn't have Giannis for two of those games, but still, being able to get the wins, like even on the road against the Bucks with Giannis, is just unreal. Like there was nothing they could do better. Like when Jimmy Butler hit that game tying shot to send it to overtime, you couldn't help but feel the entire series was over. And
obviously, the play-in hasn't been for that long. It's been like 5 years or so.
I think it's 3 or 4 now.
5 or 4, something like that.
Yeah.
But they have become the best, or the first team to win a first round series in the history of playing.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's a big accomplishment. Obviously, I think I had them as my seventh seed.
Yeah.
And your
I had them as my 7th seed as well.
But yeah, they absolutely shocked the world. Miami is a hard place to play at too. But yeah, the Knicks got to watch out because they are on fire right now.
Yeah, the Heat are hot. No Tyler Hero as well, which is even more impressive. So it's definitely something to watch moving forward.
Yeah.
But we got our 2 other blowout series. We got Nuggets series and the Suns series. But let's start with the Suns because I think that had a little more meaning. It was a little better.
Yeah, the Suns look really good right now. Obviously, Devin Booker's playing with Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant is the second scoring option. When you have him at the second scoring option, it's just ridiculous. Devin Booker is dropping 30 plus every game. Kevin Durant's scoring 25 points per game. Ayton's dishing like 20 rebounds a game almost. He's like crazy. The Suns look really good. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat the Nuggets.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be a crazy series. But I mean, as far as it goes for the Clippers series, I think Russell Westbrook did his best. It would have been a better series if Kawhi was playing, obviously.
Oh.
I think the Clippers could have won another game, maybe 2 even. I don't know, but I think Russ did his best. But again, like you said, Kevin Durant is the second scoring option with 28 points a game. Devin Booker's putting up 37 a game, right?
37?
Right, yes.
Oh my.
Right below Jimmy Butler. So he could be another guy to watch out for MVP of the entire playoffs, the championship.
Yeah.
But they got to make it there first, and they got to get through the team that just won in 5, the Nuggets, with my guy, Nikola Jokic. He might be pushing for MVP again.
Honestly, I think he will win the MVP again, which I don't really like. I don't mind it, but like I'd like to see newer things. Like I would love to see Joel earn it, but Jokic is playing about the same he's been playing the whole entire regular season. Let's just see if he can keep that up against Phoenix. If he can, I think that's locks for Jokic. I mean, he is one of the most like consistent players I've ever watched. He doesn't need to score.
Literally, and he's averaging 26 a game right now, too.
He does not need to score to win, just because he is such a good playmaker, good rebounder. He dishes at an excellent rate. He has shooters around him. Jamal Murray plays good. MPJ has been playing, MPJ type of style. Like 15 points, 0 assists, a couple rebounds. That's what we expect from MPJ. But, I mean, the Nuggets look good. From the Timberwolves standpoint, Ant needs help. Like, if they get a good team around him, that Wolves team could be scary. But the West is so competitive right now. I don't know if the Wolves will be able to do anything to help them.
Yeah, I think the Wolves are in a tough spot now because they thought they had their final piece with Rudy Gobert, which Not even close. I don't know why they ever thought that was the answer. 2 back to the basket bigs.
Yeah.
Obviously, Cat can stretch the floor, but 2 centers, like centers on the court at the same time was never going to work. And I don't think Rudy's their answer. They're going to need a lot more. Ant was playing great, though. I'd give props to him. He got an assault charge for throwing a chair, but
it's just that man was just trying to get some extra money.
Yeah, that's a whole other story. It's just stupid. But
yeah, I totally agree with Rudy Gobert being probably one of the worst trades I've ever seen. Obviously, when it first happened, I think it really shocked people. But to me, I thought it was pretty crazy. But just because there was so much involved in that trade, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt, a couple picks, I think like 5 picks.
Oh yeah,
in total. But Rudy Gobert didn't even play that good this season.
He barely even played.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't even top 3 in blocks per game, I think, or something like that, because Jaren was playing out of his mind. Obviously, he won Depoy.
Lopez was up there too.
Yeah. But yeah, Rudy Gobert was out for a good amount of time. He obviously didn't play that well when he was playing. So we'll just have to see what they do next year, if they'll, make some moves, sign some guys. We'll have to see. They're in a tough spot.
Yeah, they're in a bit of a purgatory because they can't drop this team they have. They can't rebuild because they got Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
But they also they have Cat and Rudy Gobert. So what do you do with that? I don't know.
I'm a big fan of Cat. I always have been. I thought he was probably, a couple of years ago, I thought he was probably like a top 5 big, just because he is such a big dude. He plays so good at his size, and he knows how to stretch the floor, which I love. And I feel like they need to keep him. There's no point of trading him. If they can get some other wings or another guard around that team, maybe ship away Rudy Gobert. They got to do something to help them. But
yeah, I think, and honestly, for the Timberwolves, maybe if they were playing a different team, they could have made some noise. But
yeah, maybe.
Jokic 26, 12, and 9 for the series is unreal. Yeah, and Jamal Murray averaging even more points, 27 a game, as well as, like you said, Michael Porter Jr. There's absolutely nothing you can do. It's just they're too good. They really are.
It's a good team. Yep.
But their next series is gonna be scary. But finally, we have our 2 current series. We got the Grizzlies Lakers. Steph playing the Kings tonight as well. It's gonna be crazy. What do you think's happening there tonight?
Obviously, the Grizzlies and the Lakers have been a battle. The Lakers got up to 3-1, but now it's in LA tonight. We're filming this on Friday, so anything could happen. I think the Lakers take this game just because they're at home. LeBron's going to have everything on the line. We know LeBron is top 2, if not the GOAT of basketball. I think he's going to take this home. I think so.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from with it, and I can totally see it happening. I think I may be a little biased in the sense that I don't like the Lakers at all. I also
don't like them either.
Yeah, I don't like the Grizzlies either.
Yeah.
But I think the Grizzlies might win. I think they might take it to Game 7. I wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers threw the series. It wouldn't shock me as much as a Heat win, obviously. But I think the Grizzlies might be able to win that one.
Yeah.
And then as it goes for the Warriors series, I think the Warriors win that one tonight. It's kind of the same situation, I feel like.
It depends on where you're playing. If you're in Oakland, do they play Oakland?
It's Game 6, so it will be in Oakland tonight, yeah.
I mean, playing at home for the Warriors is just a free win, to be honest. I think the Warriors take this. Steph Curry's playing amazing. You got one of the best coaches in the world, and ever almost.
Yeah.
He's up there. But yeah, I want to go back to the Lakers because the Lakers are a 7th seed and could be taking down the 2nd seed, which could be another upset,
Oh, yeah.
just as we saw with the Heat. But this is coming from one of the biggest Pacers fans you could find. LeBron is absolutely remarkable. Like he is, I've always stood by Jordan being the GOAT, but LeBron is about this close to having me say that he's the GOAT. And I've never been a LeBron fan or anything, just because what he did to my Pacers and the early years of me watching the basketball. But LeBron is on fire. He's gonna continue to be on fire. He's gonna lead that team to the 2nd round.
I got it. And I honestly, Warriors versus Lakers, get a Steph versus LeBron rematch.
That'll be fun.
I would not be opposed to that. Either team, I'm fine with moving on because the matchup would be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
But let's go on to our predictions because we think those two teams are moving on. Let's start with that series. If you have the Lakers and the Warriors moving on, obviously.
Yeah.
Who do you think wins that series?
I've not had a lot of thought about this, but both teams are hot. Both teams have, top 10 players on their team. Really good supporting cast. This could be a Game 7, Game 6 type of series. But I think I see the Warriors winning this. If it does happen, obviously. So it would be a 6th seed versus a 7th seed, which is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But I think I'm taking the Warriors in 6. Steph is a lot to handle in the playoffs. Obviously, if you have like LeBron on him, which might not be the case, that's a lot to handle for LeBron. Steph Curry is one of the hardest people to guard in the NBA.
I can see them throwing like Schroeder on him or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it was. Nobody's guarding Steph on that team, really.
Yeah.
But for me, the Warriors get home court advantage for a series. That's too much. I know I said I think the Grizzlies are moving on, so I guess I'm going to go from the sense that the Grizzlies move on here. But I think if the Warriors play the Grizzlies in the 2nd round, that's going to be a wild series. But I still think that the Warriors have the Grizzlies number. I still think they'll win. I think that they won't take a road game until Game 7. I seriously don't. I think it'll go Memphis, Warriors, Memphis, Warriors. Like, it's going to take them a minute to figure it out, but I think I got the Warriors still.
Yeah. I think anything can happen. Obviously, if the Lakers or the Grizzlies come into the second round and the Warriors make it out as well, it's going to be a hell of a series for both teams, for those 3 teams if, the Lakers or Memphis win that. But let's move on to the other series. What are your predictions with that?
The other series would be, it would be
the
Clippers.
Suns and Nuggets.
Suns and Nuggets is a scary series. That's going to be extremely fun to watch because obviously the Suns are probably one of the best 4 seeds roster-wise in NBA history.
Yeah.
They play a whole season, they're probably a 1 or a 2 seed, especially if they're healthy.
Yeah.
But the Nuggets are one of my favorite teams right now, and I want to see Jokic win. I want him to prove you wrong from earlier weeks if you guys have been watching. I think Jokic is a winner, and I think he's going to win. I think he's going to win in 7.
I mean, Jokic has been playing good, but I think the Suns overpower the Nuggets here. The Nuggets starting 5 is just so much better than the Nuggets. Or did I just say? The Suns are so much better than the Nuggets and their starting lineup. When you have Durant, Booker, Chris Paul, a future Hall of Famer, DeAndre and Torrey Craig, even Torrey Craig's been playing good.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot to handle. I think Suns in 6. I don't think Jokic is able to win.
Okay.
So.
All right, I see that. Okay, we can move on to the East here. We got Heat versus Knicks. I think I have a feeling what you're gonna say about this series.
Uh, I just don't know. This was just the biggest surprise in like my whole entire NBA like lifetime, other than maybe the Warriors blowing a 3-1 lead. But I got Heat in 6.
Heat in 6.
Heat are on fire. Miami's a really hard spot to play at, but Jimmy is playing at a different level, playing better than Jalen Brunson. Julius Randle's not even shown up.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jimmy Butler and his supporting cast, obviously without Tyler Hero, he just has multiple people he can rely on if he's not playing good. He has Max Strus, a good shooter. He can stretch the floor. Kyle Lowry, Bam Adebayo.
No more Oladipo though, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was sad.
Torres patella tendon.
Yeah. Prayers up to Oladipo. We both know the pain that we went through and what he went through when he was in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Heat win in 6 in honor of Tyler Hero, Oladipo, doing it for Udonis Haslem. But yeah, I got Heat in 6. This will be a fun series anyway.
I'm actually gonna flip it and say screw old man Udonis. He got a tech from the bench last game. I think they're gonna send him packing in 6. I think Madison Square Garden, home court advantage. I think Julius Randle comes to play this time. He's gonna come. He's gonna show up. Bam Adebayo never shows up in the playoffs, and I think this is gonna be the series where they need him and he doesn't come through. So that's why I got Knicks in 6.
I think the thing that I like about the Knicks right now is their roster is so just every spot on that roster is just very
solid.
Yeah. And they got, pieces like Mitchell Robinson, he's been playing good. RJ Barrett's playing good, and Jalen Brunson's playing good in the backcourt, obviously. Julius Randle, Emmanuel quickly, Grimes, they got a lot of pieces. If Julius Randle can play well like he was in the last couple months of the regular season, I could definitely see a Game 7, Game 6 type of series in the Knicks' favor.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. And then we got our last Eastern Conference series. Probably my favorite series, I think I'd say, is the Sixers versus Celtics, because I think it's finally the 76ers' year to make it out of the East. I think that they're going to beat the Celtics.
I think this is like the second or third time they've played in the past couple of years. Obviously, the Celtics have won one, I think, and the 76ers moved on to the Eastern Conference Finals to play Toronto. But I could be wrong, but obviously Boston and the 76ers is going to be a crazy matchup. Especially whoever makes it out of that series, probably going to the finals. So I got 76ers in 7. I really want to see the 76ers to win. I think they got all the pieces to, move to the next level. I like Boston, but I just don't know if I can, have them go to the next round. Obviously, they have a lot of experience. They've been to the finals in 2022.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, last year. They're a good team. We'll see. I got 76ers in 7.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Sixers in 7 because it's their year again. I think nobody is stopping Joel. I think if he plays game 1, I don't know if he's going to play game 1. I think he's definitely going to play the rest of the series is what it sounds like. But he is on a tear. Nobody on the Celtics is going to stop him. I don't care if you put Robert Williams on him, Al Horford on him. It's not going to stop Joel Embiid because he's a beast.
Yep.
And now Tobias Harris has stepped up recently. 20 points a game. I think it was around 10 rebounds. Or 9 or 10 rebounds for Tobias Harris is unheard of. And obviously Maxey is in a better role now. I mean, nobody's stopping them.
Yeah, I think with the 76ers, it's another case of the roster. Every single position is a very solid player. The starting lineups: Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker. I mean, PJ Tucker's just there. He sits in the corner, he plays defense.
He's just solid.
And then you got an MVP candidate, Joel Embiid. If he plays, he's obviously your best player to go to.
Mm-hmm.
This could be an amazing series. We'll just have to see. So, yeah.
For sure. And I guess that concludes our playoff predictions here, and I think that's going to conclude our episode as well. So thank you guys for watching episode 5 of our podcast here. If you like our content so much, please go and subscribe to our channel below. We also have a TikTok at the same as our YouTube channel, as well as an Instagram. So like all of our stuff, go follow us, support us if you like it. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your week. And this is Jack out. I just flipped him. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching.